What candidate will guarantee or fight to bring health care to all, to raise the minimum wage to a living wage, take on the fossil fuel industry, and transform our energy system to save the planet? That is really what the issue is. It doesn't matter whether you're old, you're young, you're black, you're white, woman, man. You got to take a hard look at the candidates and what they stand for and what their record has been.
So you said it's ageism. You said it's ageism, Senator?
Look, I think if I were to say to a younger person, you're not qualified because you're only 35 or 36 or something like that, you don't have the experience, that's not right. I don't think so. Judge people on the totality of who they are, what their ideas are, what their experience is, what their record is. That's what I think we should do.
We're live on CNN now, Senator. Do you believe that you were able to make your best argument tonight that you are the best equipped to defeat President Trump? Or do you believe that you were sort of overshadowed by the fighting and talking over each other?
People to decide. I'm not a great fan of 45-second responses dealing with the major issues facing this country. But the main point that I wanted to make tonight is that I think all over America, people are saying, these folks are good people, they have some good ideas, but how come nothing changes? How come the rich get richer? How come we have 45 million people dealing with student debt, 40 million people in poverty? How come we're the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care at all? And this is the issue that I tried to make tonight. How well I did, I'll let other people judge. That at the end of the day, and you don't talk about this on media, and we don't talk about it in Congress, why doesn't change happen? And the answer is that you have incredibly powerful entities like Wall Street, like the fossil fuel industry, like the pharmaceutical industry, like the insurance industry, like the military industrial complex. And I will tell you that nobody up there, including me, can do it alone. We're going to need millions of people to stand up and finally say to those people, you will no longer continue running this country. We're going to have a government that represents all of us, not just big money interests. Now, that is an issue. It is not talked about on media, I understand. It is not talked about in Congress. But that is the reality. Unless we deal with the power structure of America and prepare to take these people on, real change will never happen. And that's my pledge. That's what my campaign is about. We are going to take on Wall Street.
Some Democrats worry that President Trump and other Republicans are smiling tonight at the fact that the Democratic Party is moving too far to the left on Medicare for all and other things. I know you disagree with that.
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you why. Every poll that I have seen suggests that every part of our progressive agenda is supported by the American people. Raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, overwhelming support. Make public colleges and universities tuition free. Do away with student debt in this country. Very, very powerful. Very powerful and popular. Demand that the wealthy, look, we have a situation where Amazon, owned by the wealthiest person in this country, pays zero in federal income taxes. I am going to tax them. All of the ideas that we are bringing forth are popular ideas that what the American people want.
What about swing states? If you lost Florida, can you win Florida?
Yeah, I think we can. I do believe we can. But everything depends upon growing the voter turnout. It means bringing young people and working people into the political process in a way that we have never seen. And one of the things that I'm proud of, I think my campaign will be a campaign of energy, a campaign of excitement, will grow the voter turnout, and that's the way you beat Trump.
But you said you would have to raise taxes on the middle class.
Yeah, raise taxes on the middle class, but at the end of the day, they're going to be paying less for health care than they are right now. If you're paying $15,000 a year for health care right now in premiums and the deductibles and out-of-pocket costs, and I raise your taxes by $7,500, you're $7,500 to the good. You'll say, thank you very much, Bernie. Let's not get into this Republican nonsense. The American people are smarter than that. And they understand that if we can do away with premiums and co-payments and deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses, they will save money on health care.
You were standing next to Joe Biden. You're of the same era.
Why would the middle class want to have their taxes raised? And why would the middle class even want to have their private health insurance eliminated?
First of all, why would the middle class not want to continue to pay outrageously high premiums and have huge amounts of very high deductibles and co-payments? And why would the American people want to continue to spend almost twice as much per person on health care as do the people of any other country? Why would the American people want to pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs? We're going to cut the cost of prescription drugs in half. You think that's a radical idea? It is not, because that's what the rest of the world is paying.